Good morning, everyone. I think it's about 8:30 in the morning, and it's a cool, crisp morning. I thought I'd take a walk and take you guys along with me. And I also show you some of my fall planting. I try to get some of this early morning sunshine because it's supposed to regulate your sleep. And it does help to come out here and and to take a walk in the morning, get some of this good fresh air. I haven't done it in a while, but I'm trying to do this every morning. Okay, and then I bring the dogs out here, and every little thing that they see, they want to run after. Yesterday, I had an incident where my chickens, I have Bannon chickens, and they are very, well, they're little chickens. And I had started letting them out because they just love being out. And yesterday, they was keeping up such a fuss back there. And sometimes they just do it. I don't know why they do it. But this time, it was something different. So I went out there, and there was a big bird. I guess it was a hawk that was trying to get them. And they kept up a racket. And so when I came back there, the hawk was flying away. And so anyway, one had went up under my utility house, and then the other one ran next door, and no, ran in the back, that separate my property from the people in the back of me, and that is kind of a wooded area like, and so she had went back there and hid because it's pretty thick back there. And I think I better turn around before I start buffering. And so when I went back there, I seen the two roosters. And animals are just so, God has just done, He has given every living thing a way to make it, a way to survive. But anyway, so when I went back there, I didn't see anything but the two roosters. And they were just clucking and making all these different kinds of sounds, and both of them was crowing. And so, I had gotten kind of upset because I thought that I had lost both of my hens, because I only have two hens and two roosters. And I thought I had lost both of my hens. But just like I said, one had went up under the house. So the guy, he was here trying to helping me to plant some fruit trees and et cetera, et cetera. But anyway, he happened to hear one, and he said, I think one up under the house. And he said he's trying to get out. Around my utility house, I had some wire around it. But anyway, I moved the wire, and then she come out. So I was still kind of upset because I couldn't find my other one. And at the time, I was cooking, and I was kind of so upset that, and I was mad with the roosters because, I'm telling the roosters they should have protected them. But anyway, the roosters, they were just clucking and clucking. So I was going back and forward. I don't think the roosters knew where she was either. But it seemed like they were just calling for her and calling for her, because this particular hen that went over the fence, she's a scary hen. But anyway, they just kept clucking and clucking for her. And I was going back and forwards because I was cooking backwards and I came out 2 or 3 times, and I just told the guy in the yard, told Ty, I said, I think she's a goner. And I was just so upset about it. And so I went back, kept going back and forwards, and they was out there near the fence and just calling her, going up and down. Come back. Hey, come back and leave that dog alone. So I was going, now look at her. Now, if he go running after them, both of them will come running back. If he turn around, both of them will run back. But so the last time I went out there, and I seen them, and they was going backwards. The roosters was going backwards and forward along the fence line. Now the other hen, they made her stay in the house. They made her go in the house. She was in the house, and they wouldn't let her come out. And then they was going backwards and forwards along the fence line. And so finally I seen her, and she came across the fence line and all, and they was trying to help her to get across. And anytime when I got close to her, she ran away. They still haven't gotten comfortable with me unless I have some bread. Y'all, come on, come back. Come on, Ziggly. Sadie. And so, but anyway, eventually, and what make it so bad is that they fly over the fence. I don't know why she wouldn't just fly back over the fence. But anyway, she kept on until the roosters led her to where to come up under the fence. And so when she came up under the fence, they made her go in the house. And, and I just thought that was something. And and so then I locked all of them up because I didn't want to have to go back through that again. Come on, Ziggly. I didn't want to have to go back through that again. And so the only time I think that I will let them out now is when I'm out there with them. And I'm surprised they hadn't tried to get to them sooner, because we have hawk nests all around. And my neighbor was telling me, when I used to let them come out, that, it's a hawk nest there, it's a hawk nest there. And I know my husband, he had told me once there was an owl nest across the street from us. So, but anyway, I wanted them to go out because they enjoyed it so much. And then when they go outside in the grass, they find all kinds of stuff to eat. So, but anyway, I don't think I'll be doing that again. Okay, now I want to show you some of the things that's been going on with my fruit trees. My fig tree, the leaves was turning a color. But anyway, I downloaded this app called Picture Me or one of them. I don't know what it was. But anyway, it said to, I think it was baking soda and water. Now, I didn't measure anything. I just sprayed it with baking soda. And my leaves turned brown. You see my tree lost a lot of its leaves. And and I believe what happened was that I should have measured the baking soda and the water. I think it was like a teaspoon to a gallon or something like that. I thought that if I maybe put more in there, that'd be better, but it wasn't, and it hurt my tree really bad. But I'm sure it'll come back. And this is some of the feeds that's on here. So, and I may have to come and put a net over it, not for bugs, but for deers, because I have a lot more coming on here. And last year was my first time ever tasting figs, and they are so good. So I'm looking forward to these, and I'm glad that I'm getting more on the trees in spite of what went on. All this right here is some new growth that's coming on, so hopefully it will do better. Now I got this white, like white, I don't know what that is, but I'm gonna have to Google that. And I have a few coming on this, but this is how it just, you see how it splits up into different, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I guess you call it stalks coming up. So I wish it was bushy and would fill out more. This right here I planted during the summer, and it's ornamental grass. And in the winter and fall, it's supposed to turn this color, and it's turning. That's a red, and that is so beautiful. And I think I'm gonna get me some more, because you can buy the ornamental grass, and all of them have different colors and all. And hopefully, now this right here is a lemon tree. I don't know what's going on with it. I'm trying to give it a chance, but I'm going to cut it, and hopefully it'll do what it needs to do. And my lemon tree is doing really good. That right there is some different kind of organic material that I put down there. This right here is my Myers lemon, and I hope that next year it'll start bearing. It took about 5 years for my plum tree to start bearing, so I need to order some fertilizer for all of them. Now this right here is what I had during the summer, and it did really good, and it still have, this is okra, and it still have okra coming on it. But what I was trying to do was to see if I could overwinter it. I don't know whether or not you can do that with okra, but when all the leaves fall out, I'm gonna cut it down, because look at the stalks on those things. And it gave out a lot of okra, but it just didn't do it all at one time. And sometimes, I'll forget to come out, and the okra will be so big. And when they get too big, they get woody. Now this is my apple tree. And hopefully in 2 years, they say it'll start bearing. I'm gonna try to get it in the ground maybe next year. But this year I brought everything over against the house. I hope this is the right side of the house to have it. I'm not sure. It might be the other side. And this is my other apple tree. And it is doing really good. It's filled out. And for the winter, I think I'm just gonna let that stay right there up against the house. The bricks during the day, the bricks will warm up, and then keep it kind of warm during the day. And my elephant ear, I am so proud of it. I am so proud. And I I think I'm gonna let the guy put that in the ground. When it die back, I'll let him put that in the ground to have for to be in the ground for next year. And these right here, I'm not sure what they are, but when everything else die back, they come back every year, and they can be invasive because they were all over here. They was everywhere. But I've been pulling them up, and so hopefully they won't get out of hand again. But these come out, they bloom when everything else is gone. And it is so pretty. And I planted some in that container on the porch, and it's doing really good. And with my mums, the only thing I hate about the mums, which is, I mean, you'll be out here all day deadheaded. That's the only thing I hate about that, is that, but I guess I could do it with some shears. But I love them, and they are out when everything else is dying back. I don't like deadheading, y'all. You see that? And I see if I deadhead those, more will come out. But more blooms will come because the mums, they should be here for a while. And I'm so glad about the cool weather. I need to get me another one of these things here. So glad it's fall. I like cold weather, but I don't like to be sitting up in the church freezing, and I don't like to be at work in the classroom freezing. I don't like that. I do substitute work, and man, I be so cold. At church, I be so cold. And in the wintertime, it's not going to make them turn the heat on. So I don't know. I don't like being cold. I like the cold weather, but I don't want it to be uncomfortable for me. Okay, and here is some more of those flowers. I don't know what the name of those flowers, but when I dug them up from the front, I just brought them out here and planted them in different places. And you see, now eventually they'll just take over all this area, which is fine with me because they are so pretty. And let me see, I think that's all that's new. I put all these rugs and things down to help kill the grass. This grass back here is like carpet. And I don't like, I mean, I like it, but it's hard for me to cut when I have to cut it. Sometimes I get other people to cut it for me when I can afford it. Now these right here, these are pretty, but once you plant them, they just grow all up on everything. And I don't like them wrapping around my roses. And I don't care how many times I cut these things down, they come right back. That's these right here. When you buy those wildflower seeds, this is one of the things that come, and this is the only thing that'll come up, is this vine plant. At least the only thing that will come up with me. But I think next year what I'll do is put some along the fence. Now I don't care about them growing around my fence, but I don't like them growing around my roses. But anyway, I don't want to get y'all dizzy trying to undo that. Okay, so I need to move my rug and put it over here in this spot. But I'm gonna let the guy cut it. Now here it is right here, growing all around my blueberry bush. But that's a blueberry bush that's not doing so well, so I'll let it stay there. And this right here, these flowers, they were so awesome this year. And I'm just going to leave them alone. They come back every year. I'm gonna let them drop their seeds along with the what you call those? Yellow flowers, orange flowers. I forget, I can't call his name right there. But anyway, they'll come back every year, and every year they be better. And what makes it so bad, they growing in an old, they growing in this right here. And I'm scared to take them out because I'm scared that, they may not do as well. So I'm just going to wait until next year. No, I'm gonna put some dirt in there. I'm not gonna mess with them. Now this right here is one of my, this is a blackberry. This is blackberry. Now I've been having this right here for about at least a year or two, but it hasn't done anything. But I'm not gonna do anything. I'm just gonna wait. Put a little bit of dirt in there, some compost, and see what happened. My blueberries, they did okay, but the birds ate them. But next year, I know to have a net to put over them when they come out. And this here is some more of the flowers that I transplanted, and they are doing good. And this right here is, I forgot what you call this. But anyway, it's supposed to bloom and gives off this really, really great smell. When the guy come, I'm gonna try to get that in the ground. Sometimes the stuff will just grow, through the holes in the pot. The roots will just go straight through. So I'm hoping that's what will. Well, I don't know whether I want that to happen or not, because those pots ain't gonna last forever. And then I even transplanted some of the plants around here, and they doing good back here. And if I get too many, I think I'm gonna do those. Let me show you my, okay. Now, I also transplanted some back here. not realizing that they were mess with my grape. I think this is a grapevine. But I need to do something because it need fertilizer. I got to find out what's going on. Why this area right here? It's just, and you go down and then it's lush and green. But this area right over in here, I don't know I don't know. But anyway, um, I will let you see my chickens if you can. I'm not gonna let them out. They think that I'm coming to let them out, but I don't want them to get ate up. Everything loves chicken. Everything. So I don't know if you guys can see them through there, but if I open the door, they'll run out. I think you can. There they are. I need to give them some clean water. And this guy, he really trapped me something to keep this closed because raccoons are smart. And I have an egg down there. I don't know if chickens will hatch eggs in the winter. I don't know, but anyway, I'm gonna let it stay there because what I want is maybe two more hens, and then I will give away my two roosters. And I had put these out here to scare away the the hawks, but it didn't work. So maybe I need to turn it around, and every so often I would come out and put them in a different place. So I'll let that one stay right there and see what happened. Now, one thing that I did, just like I said, I had the chickens all summer. This was the first incident with the hawk. Now, I did have some trees cut back, and and I believe that maybe um, the hawks could see them better because I did have some trees cut back. My blueberry, I tell you, when it's time to have, when blueberries come out, those things are drop. Not blueberries, mulberries, and it just make a mess. I wish that I could have that whole tree cut down because they're too high for us to get any of them. All of them up there. But anyway, I would like to have that tree cut down. Look at it. It is so huge now. Man. If not cut down, have it cut down up there a little bit. Because they still will fall over this way. The birds will come and eat them, but it's too many even for the birds to eat. And back here is where the hawk attacked the birds. I see I transplanted some there. And I don't know whether it's showing up on camera, but I have fish wire all around over in there. And I believe that, and when I seen the bird coming out, he was coming out from this area right here where I don't have fish wire. So But anyway, he couldn't get them. I think the fish wire did help to slow him down where they can get away. Okay, now let me show you my other two fig trees. They I also sprayed some of the baking soda on them, and it hurted them also, but I'm hoping that next year that they'll come back. I'm sure they will. And so for the recently, and I see that they are coming up, I planted some radish, and you can see right there some are coming up, and different kinds of radish, right white radish and cherry bell radish. Those down there are empty. I don't know what I'm going to put down there. I know I have to put my fence around them to keep the dogs and cats away from them. That's my strawberry bush. It did really good this year. And I'm thinking about getting a bed, another bed just to put my strawberries in. And I think that I'm going to do that. And I did some carrots. I did some rutabagas and some more radish. I planted rutabagas over here. Oh, I've forgotten. Let me see. Okay, what is that? I think that's beets and some more cold weather plants. And this tomato, this right here was supposed to be a beefsteak tomato. So you can see what it is now. You see where the birds have been coming, eating it. I'm just going to leave it there where they can pick on it and eat it and do whatever they want to do with it. Okay, now let me show you. Come on, Miss Seeley. Miss Seeley, come on. I'm going to show you the my front raised bed. Let's see what's going on around here. I don't know. I planted these things here I ordered from Keep QVC, and I only have a few left, but I think my cat had something to do with that. So we are going to come around here and see the sun is coming out. I mean, it is just nice out here. It's really sweater weather, but I'm just enjoying it so till I can just do this. Now this is the time to be working out in the garden. And I think that next year, during the summer, I'm just going to do cucumbers and tomatoes, and that's it. And okay, but anyway, these here, I think are beans. This is rosemary here. I had that in my the thing that I just showed you. Forgot. And so I put it in here. And these are green beans. I planted rutabagas over here. I planted some winter squash because what I'm thinking, I just let the vines grow over and let the squash be over here, or I may get something and let them be vertical. Okay, I planted some Brussels sprouts, some sweet peas, and some more rutabagas. So, and I'm going to order me. I found some good soil last year. I think my plants did so bad because of the soil that I use. This year I found this soil. It's called jungle something. But anyway, I'm going to order that from Lowe's, and I'm going to plant me some collards in that. And now, and I may do some in here. Now this right here was mine, and this dirt, this here, I will throw this away. Well, the plants are growing. Here's some more. I don't know what's that growing down there. I don't know whether I planted something down there or not. But anyway, I'll just let it be and see what happens. And but I'm going to plant some collards in there, because you don't need a whole row of collards. As long as they grow and have really big leaves, you know, 2 or 3 leaves will be okay for me and my son to, you know, I mean, I'm not trying to grow for the whole world, although I wish that I had the land to do that with, or the containers to do it with. But buying containers and all this and that costs money. So this is a tree I had the guy to put down yesterday, and I got to order something today to go around it. But anyway, this is a tree that I had in the container. Now this tree right here is a peach tree, a plum tree, and it's another fruit supposed to be on it. It's 3 fruits in one. So I'm going to put some more compost around it and cover it, and you know, hope that it do well. Last year had one big plum on it. The plum was about that big, and it was so good. So I'm hoping next year that it will come on out and it will do its thing. Now this tree right here I planted. Now this tree is this is a Chinese wisteria, and it's doing good, and I can't wait till it get up and it grows up, and it has those flowers that kind of drape over. So that's that. You know, my vision is to have my front yard like a lush place with, ooh, I thought my let me see, it's good to keep the things, my dogwood. I thought it was a goner, but leaves are coming on, so I'm glad about that. Let's just see my dogwood. Now look at him. Look at her, rather. Now this here, we already seen this, but I want to come back over here and show you the figs that was on here. By next year, I'm gonna try to have a fence to go around the fig tree and my raised bed there. And I think that I'm going to get another raised bed, and I would maybe put it right along here, and that would be just for my strawberries, because my strawberries did real good this year. So this is all this video has 39 minutes, and I wanted to just come out and be in the sunshine for 15 minutes. But I want to show you this right here. This right here is my pear tree. peach tree, last year it did good. This year it did good. But I had some issues going on with some kind of bugs. And so when I Googled it, it had something. Last year I did prune the tree back. And because of the way I pruned it, it it brought these bugs that burrowed in the peaches, and it was just, it was just awful. But anyway, I have some spray for that. They said to spray when they were active, but I couldn't spray when they were active because my hummingbirds was living in it, and not because I had the hummingbird feeder there. I put the hummingbird feeder there because I knew the hummingbirds was in the tree. But hopefully next year, time the tree start budding, I think I'm going to spray them, or whenever the things become active, because man, I don't want that to happen to my peaches. Last year my peaches was so good that I was able to take some and give some to some of my church members, and I hope that next year it'll be the same way. Look at that big bird. Now that's the kind of bird that was at my chickens. Now you wouldn't guess what this is. You wouldn't guess what this is. And I've been having it in the house, but I brought it out for the summer, and man, did it take off. But it's time for it. Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. But look at here. Now, what if I had took that in my house? Do y'all see it? Now, see, and I was getting ready to show you that particular thing there to let you know, see how the cool weather is kind of damaging the things. So I need to bring it back in the house, and you have got to go. You need to be up underground anyway now. So you need to go up underground. Okay. And so, but anyway, this right here is a pineapple. I spent about 3 years ago. My pineapple, when you buy a pineapple, I'm quite sure you guys have seen it online, so I'm not going to go into it, but you know how you can buy a pineapple and peel the bottom, and you start seeing the roots, and you plant it, and you'll have a pineapple plant. Look at it. Looking to see if I'm gone, I suppose. You don't want me to put Miss Sadie up here. Look at her. But anyway, she got to go. Or he, whatever it is. Because I think I'm going to bring it on my porch. The enclosed porch. And I don't know. I may just have to. I'll bring it in the house. I'm going to have to look up how you can safely bring your indoor plants in the house. And y'all, look at my thing here that I ordered from Temu. I hope you can see it. I'm quite sure you can. I can't because of the sunshine. But one while my front yard and everything just had gotten taken over. And because the guy that do my yard, he was missing in action. And when he came and was able to get everything straightened out, I mean, it was just, it just like, I like to have a nice yard. And I like for my plants, and just seem like even the plants will be happy when they are all doing what they need to, or comfortable in doing what they need to do. But yeah, this is so wonderful. And there's one of those big birds over there, and they have a nest over there in those trees over there. And the owl, his nest is somewhere over in there. So, but anyway, this is a day that the Lord has made. This is the day that the Lord has made, and I will rejoice and be glad in it. And to have some of this good old sunshine on my face, it it feels so good. And to see all of the birds flying around, even though they tried to get my chickens, and the sky is just so blue. Everything is just so beautiful. And for winter, I'm going to put some bird seeds in here so my cat can be at the window and he can look at the bird seed. I mean, he can look at the birds, and everything is just wonderful. And this right here is my orange tree, blood orange. So I hope that it will start producing soon. I'm gonna have to get some fertilizer. I'm gonna order some of that today, and see when the best time to to fertilize the the things. I also planted some lettuce, different kinds of lettuces, and I have that on my back porch. And so I'm getting ready to go, and I will see you guys on the next video. Have a blessed day. Bye now.